Hi there, my name is John Stevens. I'm pastor of Zion Lutheran Church in Oregon City, Oregon, and we are part of the ELCA. And welcome to Dollar Store Children's Sermons, where I take a look at the lectionary text and I tie him to an item from the Dollar Tree or the junk drawer or the kids' room or the garage. That is how we've been doing it. Thank you so much for the love that you're sharing with your kids and your congregation and your families. You are rocking it. Also, thank you for spending a little bit of your week with me in this way and for your partnership in this ministry. It means the world to me. So this is for the 9th Sunday after Pentecost for the Revised Common Lectionary. And we're talking about how God is for you, how God is for us, how God is on our side. It is God's good pleasure to give us the kingdom. Man, what a powerful phrase. In all of those times where we're like, oh, am I lovable? Do I measure up? And here it is, God's good pleasure. So this is a call out to Chris Natelin, because when we had our national youth gathering, or we had our youth gathering, I guess it's international, but had our youth gathering, and Chris was like, you need to go to the Old Lutheran. You need to go to oldlutheran.com, not .com, but I guess it's .com, but in their pop-up store, and get me one of these. Yes, I have the peace one, which I've used before. With the peace one, I have to bend down a finger, but this here, God is number one. But here, we could actually take a piece of tape and put it over here and go, we are number one, or God thinks we're number one, or something like that. But we're, because this is, if you were running a race, which we are, God is on the side and beyond the sideline, but using this image, if God's on the sideline cheering us on, it is God's good pleasure. So I'm thinking either a foam finger. I'm also thinking a sign, a sign that can cheer on, like, you've got this, or I've got you. Graces, I don't know, some type of, for lack of a better word, positive message, but that's a message that it's your springboard, if you will, to compel you into life of ministry, to know that God is on your side. God is for us, and that is amazing. It is God's good pleasure. Whoa! And so looking at that as being one of the springboards that God is cheering us on, that God is not only that, but carrying us into the future that God has prepared. Just amazing stuff. So and then on that, you could actually, if you had a foam finger and you didn't want to, you could, like this, you're number one, you're number one. Anyway, I love that. I love that idea. So, hey, thanks, Chris, for pointing that out. Anyway, there we are. And so that's for the gospel. On the first reading, the story of God's promise and the stars, the numerous of the sands and the stars out there. And so when I was at LBI, at Lutheran Bible Institute, back in 1990, when I was at LBI, we had a professor, Lowell Stein. Pastor Stein, an amazing professor. And one of his, when it came time to teach this lesson, Dr. Stein, Pastor Stein would walk in. He'd be walking and he would be talking to us about this, and then he would stop. He'd reach down, he'd pick up his shoe, and into a bowl he would pour all of the sand that he had put into his shoe. Talking about what a wonderful reminder that if you're walking in the desert, in these sand dunes, and you're walking, to have that constant reminder that the promises of God outnumber the sands like the hourglass. Anyway, like the sands in the hourglass. So using that as a connection of, like, I just love the image of pouring sand from your shoe in the middle of the sanctuary. That's a memorable one. But so look, so that can be a springboard, but also that God is on our side, that God is that it is God's good pleasure. Man, I love that. All right, hoping this can be a springboard as you point in the right direction, or point in a direction, yeah, in the right direction. Thank you again for spending a little bit of your week with me in this way. Thank you for your partnership in this ministry. It means the world to me. And most importantly, thank you for the love that you're sharing with your kids and your congregation and your families. You, my friend, are rocking it. Peace.